makes clear that Mexican drug cartels are trafficking narcotics, weapons, and children across our southern border, and that border security is collapsing under the failed policies of the Biden administration. We must recognize that the Biden administration's reckless failure to secure our border is allowing criminals to enter our country and undermining the rule of law. Between October 2022 and January 2023, Customs and Border Patrol officials arrested 9,445 individuals with criminal convictions, 209 members of known criminal organizations, and 53 people whose names appear on the FBI's terror watch list. What's even more concerning are the estimated gotaways who we cannot track. One argument that has been made by the administration in support of their failed policies is that our approach at the southern border should be humanitarian focused. So I would like to return to a subject of some prior statements, Colonel McCraw, that you made, and discuss the humanitarian effects on people that are coming across this border, those who are exploited, injured, or even killed. And I would like for you to share with us, if you would, your impression of whether these policies of the administration are in fact having a humanitarian effect.
Well, it may seem compassionate, but anytime you attract millions of people from around the world to essentially turn themselves over to the Mexican cartels, and we've described in detail in terms of how violent and ruthless they are, you're basically setting them up to be victims of crime. And it happens again and again and again. And not just when they get, before the river, but on the river, but in the other side of the river. And the Sheriff Code talked about in terms of abandonments. And you'll see even kids, because kids are great. You can bring with them, the younger the better. So bring a kid in your family unit if you're captured in that regard. But at the same point, they abandon those kids. And I don't know how many people's lives we've lost. I don't know Kinney County, but certainly Brooks County, right by the Falfurrias checkpoint. All of these things are playing out. Investigations that we conduct. Investigations are very important when we target the cartels. Very important to do. But sex trafficking investigations. We've talked about these major cases. What these cartels and these organizations do is to people is undescribable. You don't hear about it. It's not reported much, but it's happening, and you see it in our investigations, and you see it in patrol operations.
Tell us, if you would, what are the primary types of those investigations that you see, the common things that are happening, criminal conduct that's occurring, that's victimizing these individuals who are attempting to cross the southern border illegally?
Well, first and foremost, it's very difficult to tell the difference between smuggling and trafficking anymore with the cartels. So first and foremost, the money on the front side, you can argue, well, that's just the smuggling fee. But when they get across, they're maintained and housed inside stash houses, and they insist upon calling relatives to get more money. So it's kidnapping, in effect. Then you get them when they finally go to their final destination. They know where they're at. They know how to get in contact with them in that regard. And now it's extortion. They continue to pay money back to the cartels that they owe because they couldn't afford to pay all of it. And, going back to the policy side of it is that people, will give up, and they've demonstrated again, they will sell everything they have to be able to try to come to the United States because it's that important. If they believe they have an opportunity, they won't. If they believe that there are consequences.